to our Sunday question and answer program. Please go ahead with your call.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Chris. I just want to compare Luke 33 versus Luke 34. What the spiritual meaning of John not drinking and eating, and the Lord drinking and eating. And I'll take your answer.
Excuse me. What's the chapter and verse?
Luke chapter 7, verse 33. Verse 33, comparing it to verse 34.
Okay. Luke.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you for calling. Luke 7, verses 33 and 34. For John the Baptist came neither eating bread nor drinking wine, and ye say he hath a devil. The Son of Man is come eating and drinking, and ye say, Behold, a gluttonous man, and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified of all her children. Well, historically, John was eating locusts and wild honey, and he was out in the wilderness. But Jesus, when he was involved in his period of ministry, would sit down to eat with publicans and sinners. He would we read of him eating at various times, and historically, they tried to accuse John the Baptist of being strange and just like people today. When you're serious about the Bible, you're a nut, you're a lunatic, you're crazy, just like the world tries to do, and even people in the churches. If you take the Bible too seriously and follow the Word of God, the Bible, they try to make it sound like you're insane, you're mad, and so they said he has a devil. He's not acting normally. He's out there in the desert all by himself, and so that was their accusation against him. And then when it came to Jesus, the Son of Man is come eating and drinking. And he say, Behold, a gluttonous man and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. So here is like the opposite, and they can't say that Jesus is mad or has a devil because he's isolated himself or due to his diet. So they take another tact. They try another criticism. He's a glutton and a winebibber, although he never drank wine. He never drank wine, yet didn't stop them from accusing him of that. And it was a formula, because there's an Old Testament verse that mentions if a son happens to be a glutton, I'm not sure if it says winebibber, but a glutton definitely, that you can put him to death or something like that. And so they were trying to basically say, we don't have to listen to him, and building evidence to finally put him to death. But really, you can't win with the natural-minded man or person when it comes to them hearing the true teaching of the Word of God, the Bible. It is they'll always find something on one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum. They will find something to accuse and make their criticism and their false charges. For instance, Mr. Camping, well, he didn't go to seminary. He was self-taught, and that was always put down. Always put down. He has no theological training, none at all. You can't trust anything he says. Well, now, I'm only saying this because it's part of my past. I went to seminary. So they don't say that about me. About me, it's something else. It's whatever. there's so many things that are said about me, I can't really narrow it down. But it is the tact. It is the way of the natural-minded person to try and dismiss truth by attacking those that bring it, insofar as there is some something they can find in them that they feel falls short. And so they focus on that. Well, all right, well, what about all the teaching Mr. Camping taught? Well, he has no theological training. Yeah, but what about this verse and that verse that he's teaching? You see, they don't want to get into that. They just want to wave their hand so we don't have to listen anymore, and then we'll just do what we want to do. And that's how it was with the people of Israel. That's how it has been with the unsaved that have been involved with the Word of God, the Bible, in Israel or in the church throughout all time. They listen so they can find something that will allow them no longer to listen, something they can use. But thank you for calling and sharing.